Well, number one, I think going through that process, like you said, I think he's done a remarkable job. And one of the real qualities of the head coach is when you're going through those interviews and getting ready, you better have real balance and knowing how to compartmentalize and, you know, make sure your focus is on the right things at the right time. And that's what I've seen from him. So it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's worth it when you spend all your time, all your energy to make sure that everything's going exactly like you'd like. So I was able to share my experiences with him, tell him how I handled those interview processes, and the way that the league does it, where it is during our bye time or our off time, so to speak, that makes a huge difference. I would have had a really hard time doing it any other way. You know, we haven't spent much time on that. Honestly, there's not a lot of room left in my brain other than this game. So for me, that's where I wanted our focus to lie. And so no, we haven't spent a lot of time on that.
Dan Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman. I was curious as far as motivational books that you use, in any of the more unusual places you found motivational phrases or devices.
You know, I did read an interesting book last year about the New Zealand rugby team, the All Blacks, and the culture they've had, the winning they've had. It was I've studied rugby from tackling, and it's been a driving influence on our leverage tackling, using our shoulder tackling, and keeping our head out. And so my interest, you know, for rugby was already there. And then when I found out more about their culture, what they stood for, how they had long-term success for years and years, that book of legacy was certainly one that left a big impression on me. Someday, I will make that trip over there to see them compete and play. That's how strongly, you know, I felt about just reading about them. So I haven't had any interaction with them up to now, but it was definitely a book that captured me.
Hey, Dan. Dan, Alex Marvez, Sirius XM and Sporting News. Every team has a stinker, it seems, during the season. What happened to the Falcons against Philadelphia?
Well, that's one way to call it, for sure. You know, the preparation was right heading up into there, and then as the game went, we just really didn't play true to our style. And, you know, we didn't get on track offensively. We had the fewest amount of runs called, I think, in that game. And then defensively, you know, our tackling, you know, we were in double digits for missed tackles. And Alex, for us, that's a painful one to go back when you have 10 or 11 missed tackles in a game. So I don't know why. And the reason we go through the process to get ready usually allows us to play really consistent and really well. But there was you know, the byproduct of that is we had a bye. I'd never recommend losing going into a bye. It makes for a long one. But what I can tell you is that after that time, the lessons that you do learn when you go through the difficult losses and painful times, they build some strength, they build some resiliency. I was anxious to see how we'd respond, and we did. But going through those tough games, it matters, it counts. It's painful to go through, but you have to have some of those experiences to build the toughness that you want to have.